So here we have given a problem that is largest element in the array. So here this question is asked in the companies like Accenture, Infosys, Cognite, Oracle, Wipro, and other companies as well. So here the problem states that you have given an array of size n, and you should need to return the largest element in the array. Right here we have given a size of the array that is n equals to 5 and input as 1 2 3 4 5, and you should need to return the largest element that is 5 in the array, right? Okay, let's try to see. We have a class solution, and here there is a static method, and the method name is largest element, and we have passed the parameters as int array. We have passed the array, and we have passed the size of the array. So let's say I'll say int of my max element is equals to array of 0. I say I'll initialize my current max element was the first element in the array, and I'll say here initialize max. I say initialize max element as first element in the array. So first element in the array, and I say I'm going to write a loop, and I say I equals to 1 because my current I have initialized the first element as my max elements. That's why I'm going to start the iteration from the second element, that is I equals to 1. So and I say I is less than n, the given size, and I say I will iterate I plus plus. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so my iteration starts. So my iteration starts from the second element. Okay. Okay. I'll write a condition if array element is greater than max element. So I have write a condition here. If the array element is greater than the max element, then I say update max element. Then update my max element to current array element. Then I say current array element. So this is going to update this is going to update the max element. This is going to update the max element, right? Okay, this is going to check if the array element is greater than the max element, and if it is greater, then you're going to update the max element. Update the max element. Once you have updated that, and you're going to return the max element. So once they have updated, then you're going to return the sorry then you're going to return the largest value. So okay, this is how it works. Let's try to run this thing. Okay, it's running well. Okay, let's try to do some let's try to give a so okay, let's try to do a test case. For example, I'll take a test case here. I'll take a test case, that is, I say I have a test case. I'll take a test case. I take as input. I take an input as I take an array that consists of elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I say my output is going to be 5. So let's try to understand how it's going to work for the test case. I'll say in step 1 iteration. So this one first element is considered as the max element. This first element is considered as the max element, right? Okay, I'll say I'll start the iteration in the array. And on step one iteration, my on step one iteration, I say on step one iteration, my array element. I see in step one iteration, my array element, that is 2, is compared with the max element, that is 1, compared with the max element, that is 1. And if my array element is greater than the max element, then I update my max element to 2. Okay, this is my step one iteration. On step two iteration, I say array element. On step two iteration, I say array element 3 is compared with the max element 2. I say array element 3 is compared with the max element, that is 2. And if the array element is greater than the max element, then I update my max element to 3, right? Okay, on step 3 iteration, the array element, that is 3, is compared with the array element, that is 4, is compared with the max element, that is 3. And if the array element is greater than the max element, then I'm going to update the max element to 4, right? Okay, on step 4 iteration, step 4 iteration, the array element, that is 5, is compared with the max element, that is 4. Max element, that is 4. If the array element is greater than the max element, then I say update my max element to, then I say update my max element to 5. That's how I got my max element as 5. And at last I'm going to return the, I'll return the largest value, that is max element. So I'm going to return the max element. So far we have seen the test case. Let's try to take an edge case now. I'll consider an edge case. That is my first edge case. I'll take an input. I'll give an input. I'll consider that if my method handles, if the array contains a single element. Okay, I say I'll give the input, that is int of array of that contains only a single element. So then how it's going to be, what is going to my output? I say if I say let's what is going to my output? My output is going to be 1. Let's try to see why. Here we have passed an array. If we pass the array, then it contains the element, that is 1. So we have seen that so far the first element, that is the first element in the array, that is considered as the max element. So we can't do any kind of iterations, because the iteration is going to be start from the second element. So it's going to be simply retain the max element as 1. So this is how this edge case used to work. So let us try to take another test case. Let us try to take another edge case. I say my edge case is second edge case. That's I'm going to give the input as, I say in this edge case, my array contains, if my array contains small values to the extreme larger values, how my method is going to handle that. So I say integer dot min value to integer dot max value. Okay. Then what is going to be my output? Says output. So my method will return the output as, so my method is going to return the output as integer output is going to return my method is going to return my output as integer max value, because it'll check the my method is going to check the check the check if there is a maximum element, right? It is going to check every specific element in the array, that's from extreme small values to the extreme larger values, and it's going to return my extreme larger value. So okay, so this is how we're going to how we solve the largest element in an array. So this is an important question. This is asked in these companies. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Thank you.